console ramble here today. It's another handheld one. This time it's the old, oh my god, more hair, the PS Vita. This is the slim Vita. I think the first one they made, it was a little chunkier and it had like the 5G in it or some shit. This has regular Wi-Fi. Got a carrying case with it. There are some games in here. Whoa. Give you an idea how small these games are. They're about the size of like a original DS or a 3DS might be a little wider. They're tiny. This is Death Mark. I grabbed some of the games from my collection. Gotta have a little carrying case. Vita's a hell of a system. I've had this. My fiance got me this in 2014 for my birthday, so I've had this for over 8 years, which for me is actually really good. Great system. This is lightweight. Admittedly, I did not protect the screen, so the screen is pretty scratched up. There's one mark on the side there that's almost like, it's hard to see, but that's a problem. It still works just fine. Admittedly, I neglect this thing, but that's a thing for me with handhelds. I don't go hard with the handhelds because I get bored, and I don't like looking at the small screen too long. This needs to be charged, jeez. But, you know, it's also like a legacy console. Let's see. I got stuff like minis. The minis, it's POW. That was an arcade game, NES game back in the day. I got the Jack and Daxter collection. You can download a lot of good stuff too. Like I got Resident Evil 2 and 3 on there, and Corpse Party, the first Corpse Party. So, and it had a cool layout, you know. I think the store's still up. I know they were gonna get rid of it, and then they didn't. But now I think you can only like use gift cards on the store, or just I forget how the fuck it works, or maybe just a credit card you can use. And I don't know. Unfortunately, this system did not perform well. The PSP, their first handheld, Sony, did gangbusters. I think it did over 100 million, or like 75. It looked weak compared to the DS family of consoles, because those fucking sold like 140 or some shit. The Vita did not perform as well. I think the Vita is a really cool fucking system. Like I said, you can download those old, I don't know if you can now, but you were able to pull PS2 games, PSP games. You were able to download quite a bit of PSP games right onto here. From the store, PlayStation 1 games, you were able to put on here. So a lot of people viewed it, like, even early on as a legacy console. But there was a lot of good stuff on here. You know, you had stuff like Death Mark, visual novel horror game, which is also on the Switch. It's actually on the PS4 as well, I think. Here's the problem, too, with the Vita. They start pumping these games out like they were like, oh, you got a lot of exclusives. Oh, wait, no, here they come to the PS4 or the PS3, you know. So they kind of fucked it there. This is like the pocket PS3, almost. A very powerful console. You got shit like this, though. A variety of games, like, you know, unique, weird shit like Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters, which is a ghost hunting strategy game. It's actually a really cool game. You know, it's the adventure part, the 5 senses systems, and then you battle. You have to, like, you can get, like, different things, like salts and other things that will ward off spirits, and you can't see them. You have to kind of predict where they're gonna go, and you set up little traps and shit. And then you have the stuff in between. You're talking with the people in your group and shit like that. And of course, this woman here has her hand out like this because it's a classic thing that characters do on video game covers like this. Not quite like Chris Pratt in the Jurassic fucking World movies where that got annoying, where he just puts his hand out at massive dinosaurs and they stop. But they like to have this, like in Metal Gear, I'd have a lot like this. Someone's going like this, so they're fucking dramatically throwing their shades off. Stuff like this, and Persona 4 Golden, which is now, I think you can get on Steam. I think they're bringing it to fucking, they might even bring it to Switch, or maybe it's PS5, I don't fucking know. This one added a new character in some other scenario, I believe. Cool game with a fucking just absolutely kick-ass fucking soundtrack. I remember the one on the PS2 when I had it, came with the soundtrack, and I'm like, the soundtrack's fucking sick. You get the nice little cases and stuff. Did I ever do... I have to see if I did a PS Vita cover art. Maybe I'll do one of those at some point. This is probably my favorite game on the system, Uncharted Golden Abyss. I'm pretty sure this one came out nowhere else. Like, this was strictly on the fucking Vita. Really fucking cool game. This is a prequel to the original Drake's Fortune. This game looks phenomenal. This game took complete advantage because the Vita has a back touch screen. Touch fucking, not screen, but like touch, whatever. The front's a touch screen. It has the cameras in it. And this game took advantage of everything. I remember you had to hold, there's a point where you had to hold it up to like a light source and you'd have to like use your finger to, rub off like a thing from like a fucking artifact or something. It took advantage of both cameras, I believe. It took advantage of the touchscreen, both back and front touchscreens. Controls took a little bit to get used to in this, but it was really cool. Looked great. There's also a picture-taking mode in it, I think, where you can like find some things and you gotta like take pictures of certain things and shit like that. Another cool fucking game, though. You get shit like Danganronpa, which is now I have the what is it called? The Decadence Collection, which has all of them, and a new one they made. It does not have Ultra Despair Girls, which is like a first-person one. I watched this on this anime too, and this follows like I think this came first, the anime came second. Because I want to say this was originally a PSP game, but only in Japan. I don't know, I could be wrong. But the fucking game, the show, the anime follows this one like fucking exact. It's a cool game where you have like courtroom stuff and you gotta like fucking, who got wrong? You fire a truth bullet and fucking shit. And then the person who actually gets caught fucking meets a grisly demise. If they killed somebody, they get them. Everybody's trapped in a school, and either if you can get away with killing someone, you'll get out. But if they all find out it was you and they can prove it's you, then you bite it. Shit like Dragon's Crown, another fucking gorgeous game. And this is Atlas. Atlas did Odin Sphere too. It's like that, or like Muramasa, that kind of style. Muramasa is not Atlas. I think it was Vanillaware. I forget. You don't get much. I think this game is inside the carrying case, and you can get memory cards. This is where you put the game in, and the memory. Where the fuck does the memory? Oh, I think wait, does Jesus Christ. Memory card goes down in here. It's fucking little micro SDs. I have the package I got came with like a Borderlands, which I sold. This is where this was where it was fucked up. You got the slip, it's a download for Borderlands. It came with an 8 gigabyte SD card. I don't know how much space is actually on the system itself, but it's not much. And Borderlands is like an 8 gigabyte game, and this thing's not gonna. That memory card's not gonna be a full 8 gigs after it formats. It's probably like 7 and change. I was like, well, I didn't really have much interest in the Borderlands game anyway, but I was kind of like, what the fuck? This is a cool game where you can use all these fucking characters. There's like a sorceress, a sorcerer, a knight, barbarian, like an Amazon, an elf there. I was using her. And you get like a buddy who like steals from chests and stuff. And you can take little missions from people in the town and shit. It's a pretty cool game. And here's like a rhythm game, Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Actually, I think they might have actually added it to download on here, but I know the PS4 version or 3 version, I don't know, when this come out. Doesn't say. That's weird. I actually really like this game because I love the Persona 4 soundtrack, but they did like downloads for the Persona 5 soundtrack and the Persona 3. Once again, the little baby game. They sell like, the DS and the Switch. They sell, you can get a holder that holds like 20, 30 of these fucking things. It's probably a better thing to do, just keep them all in one spot. Like I said, this is actually a pretty good story here where the TV world comes to play again, but this time like the shadows are like, someone's controlling the shadows and like kind of keeping them, kind of forcing them to like cheer as you like dance and stuff. It's not overly hard, but it's fun. How big's the screen? I want to say the screen's like 6 inches. 6, maybe a little over 6. I don't know. I forget. It's a pretty nice, beefy screen. And the button layout's nice. Get the 2 thumbsticks. Anything, it's a little bit harder. Like, they made a thing where you could put it on the side so you can kind of get a better grip and hold it better. Because your hands will cramp up. With most fucking handhelds, your hands start to cramp up. The top piece is kind of never stays in fully anymore. But, and the volume buttons, power button there. Oh, shit. Charge cable and the headphone jack. It's a really nice fucking system. It really is. It's a shame it's sold bad. It's sold like I feel like Wii U level bad. It's a shame though because it's actually a really cool system. I think they kind of ran into a few problems. I think they were putting a lot of the games out that were exclusive. They'd end up porting them over because like, oh shit, this isn't selling, so we gotta port it over to the PS3 or the PS4. And they didn't market a lot of their shit well either. And they also... And the PSP had a little bit of this problem as well, even though the PSP sold pretty fucking well. It was almost like, oh, this is just a portable PS2. Like, it wasn't like, with the DS's and the Game Boy Advance. Well, the Game Boy Advance is pretty much the Pocket Super Nintendo, but like the DS and the 3DS, like, they're different, unique systems, They were like more like, hey, this is handheld stuff. I think the Vita was trying to be both. It's like, oh, look, you're getting the console fucking experience on the handheld. Sometimes you don't want that. But they get a lot of unique games, so. The fuck was I? Oh, they had the PlayStation TV, and oh, God. These things were selling for like $35 new at GameStop a while back. This had to have been like maybe 2017, 2018. And I was going to pick one up because I was like, should I play some of these games on a fucking TV? Cool. And I didn't get one, and now those things sell for like $120 used. I was like, oh, fuck that. I was like, damn it, I should have bought one. Should have bought 2 at that point. Like I said, with handhelds, I don't go like crazy with them. I don't, I'll play the shit out of it for a little bit, I'll be like, oh, yeah, and then I'll get bored and like not touch the thing for fucking months on end. But it is a really cool system. It has a lot of fucking cool games, Like I said, you can download. It's like a legacy console as well. You can download. You were able to. I don't know if you still can. The PSP shit. The fucking. I have Valkyria Chronicles 2 on there, I believe, as well, because that was PSP exclusive. And a couple other, things like the PlayStation games, and then the little minis like the POW that were like arcade games and shit. You were able to do a lot with it. And you can get like, I think like 100 fucking 28 gigabyte as micro SD card as well. So there's stuff to do there with those systems. They're nice. It's a cool system. I mean, they're a little expensive now too. I mean, I think this one costs like $300. They might even sell for more than that used now. I could be wrong though. I haven't been focusing on that for a while, but yeah, a cool fucking handheld, man. If you're into it, check it out because you get a lot of different varied games, cool games, rhythm games, fucking, I guess, mystery type graphic novel games, action games, RPGs, strategy type games, and shit like that, graphic novel. There's some sports stuff and all fighting games, all that shit, racing games. But yeah, Vita's a great fucking system, man. I think it's underrated, and I think it got a bad rap in a lot of ways, but I'm glad I have one. But yeah, thanks for this PS Vita Ramble, and thanks for checking us out, and have a good day.